Welcome to Flip Lesson 15 for the 6th grade. We're going to continue working with word problems today, and we're going to take our first look at equal group problems and our method for solving this type of word problem. Because we have a new type of problem, we have a new equation. We have n times g equals t, which stands for the number in each group times the number of groups equals the total. All right, and so we want to use that equation to help us solve these problems. All right, step one is, in any word problem, of course, is to write the equation after we have read the problem itself. So our example, there are 315 sixth graders in 9 classrooms. How many sixth graders are in each room? And so we need to plug in our information to our equation. The first thing we see is the number 315, which tells us our total. So that is going to equal 315. So we have one step. Next it says in 9 classrooms. And so we have to ask ourselves, is that the number in each group or is that the number of groups? And in this case, our 9 is going to be the number of groups, which is going to leave us with an equation of n times 9 equals 315. From there, we can move on to step 2, in which case we're going to have to rearrange our equation. And our problem is actually going to become 315 divided by 9 is going to give us our n here. And so we want to solve for that right now. And I'm actually going to move over to this space so that we can easily see what we're doing. 9 goes into 3 how many times? 0. 9 goes into 31. It's going to go into 3 times. 3 times 9 is 27. And I can subtract that, and I'm going to get a 4. Bring down the 5. And so 9 goes into 45. Goes in 5 times. And so our answer here that we see is that there are 35 sixth graders in each room. And of course we can go back and double check that by plugging our 35 into our n here, which would mean our new problem is, I'm going to change colors just to see it a little bit better, 35 times 9, 9 times 5, 5, put the 4 up, 9 times 3 is 27, plus 4 gives us 31. And so we have our first example. We're going to try one more just so we can see how this all works together. Second example, we are having a bake sale to raise money for a trip to Disneyland. Sounds like fun. The brownies cost $3 a plate. If the total amount of money we make is $234, how many plates of brownies did we sell? And so if we're thinking about our equation of n times g equals t, once again we can start with our information and we can say, what do we have? All right. We know that the total amount of money we made is $234, so we can go ahead and put that in for our t right away, since we understand that. And now the next question is, what is that $3? Does that tell us the number in each group, or is it the number of groups? And in this case, since we're looking for how many plates, the how many plates is actually referring to the number of groups. And so this time we're going to have 3 times g for our equation. And so now we can go into step 2 and we can rearrange this stuff. And so it's going to end up being 234 divided by 3 equals G. All right. And of course we can write that this way. That way we won't get too confused about how we're doing this. So 3 goes into 2 0 times. 3 goes into 23 7 times. 7 times 3 is 21. We can subtract those numbers. 23 minus 21 is 2. We're going to bring down the 4. And so now we have 24. 3 goes into 24. 8 times 3 is 24. And so we have 0 left over there. And so we have our answer for G, that G equals 78 plates. We can double check our work by taking that 78 and multiplying by 3. 3 times 8, 4 goes down, 2 goes up. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 2 gives us a 23. And so our answer is correct. And so these are our first example of understanding equal grouped problems. I'll leave you with an example to try on your own. This one has a little bit of conversion in it, but I trust that you guys can handle it and will do well with it. That is the end of lesson 15.